what's up? This is Ricochet, and this is Behind the Lyrics. Fickle starts off with a little segment of a spoken word, and it's, I could have all my dreams achieved if I work hard enough. Build skyscrapers to the moon if I put my heart in it, but I'm too busy taking in the view beneath this hard cement. Stay busy watching the news instead of making it. And that's just talking about motivation. Oh my gosh, like some days I am, I don't need any type of motivation because I am so motivated, I'm so hyped, I'm so encouraged and just passionate versus not wanting to get out of bed, sometimes. So talking about that, notice that there's always kind of two ends of the spectrum that I'm talking about. Throughout this entire song, if I could describe it with one word, it would be dichotomy. And that's kind of the whole point of the song, because humans, we are fickle. That is our nature, to be fickle at times. We don't always have strong days every single day, 24/7. There are going to be times where, we're not our best selves, and we're just not feeling it. One of the lines that stuck out to me with this one is, black is beautiful, but still my self-image sinks. It's so funny because I've been natural. You can see my beautiful, lovely fro that I'm sporting. I've been natural for 4 or 5 years now. And when I first, stopped getting treatments and crap because it was breaking and damaging my hair, I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Like, my fro is hideous. And there was a huge, but that was my voice talking, but also slightly society, a little bit, not from everybody, but from a couple of people. They were like, oh man, I just loved your straight hair. Like, where the crap did it go? It's like, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but also if it's not helpful, why admit, negativity, okay? So it took me a while to be confident again as natural, which I feel like it's not talked about enough. In the past year, I've heard this phrase over and over again. You're pretty for a black girl. What the fuck does that mean? Don't give me a backhanded compliment. Anyways, so it's just little things like that start, wiggling its way into your mind and into your subconscious and comes out through your confidence or insecurities and things like that. So that's something that not a lot of people knew about me, including my close friends. So yeah, obviously the dead part is implied here, and then I say it right after. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that part's straightforward on even though there's a section that implies, suicidal thoughts and things like that, but then I go ahead and say it right after. Yeah, that's life. I feel like all of us at one point in time have had, slightly depressing thoughts and things like that. It's just, what matters is what you do with those thoughts. Do you sink into them and, let that become your overwhelming mentality? Or do you, let yourself feel the emotions, but then pick yourself back up? Because life is worth living. It doesn't matter what situation you're going through, and that doesn't mean I don't have sympathy, of course, because everybody's got shit that they're going through, but life is worth living, regardless of the mentality that you're in that keeps you alive, because this one is not the healthiest, actually. At the very end, spoiler alert, it says, so I'm good, I'm fine. When honestly I'm not, but I am, for the moment, compartmentalizing, putting that crap in the back of my mind and just moving on one step at a time, one day at a time. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that for a short amount of time. Over a longer period of time, that, becomes unhealthy because there are things that we need to deal with, and I'm talking to myself, that's why I wrote it. If for today, the best that you can do is put all the crap that makes you upset and unhappy out of your mind and just focus on something that you can get done today, that you can have a positive impact on, then do it, and eventually you can take those, you know, little depressing things or feelings or whatever, one bite at a time, one slice at a time, and you know, focus on those a little bit at a time. So again, I'm not giving advice to anybody because I don't have the healthiest approach to that. But this is just me. And again, this is my music. I am using this as a cathartic. Music is my own therapy. All right, second verse. The first part, how could I possibly be tired of me, is the question that other people are asking about me, because those are the outsiders that, you know, we may be acquaintances, we may even be friends, but you still don't, if we're not like super close, then you still don't know what's going on in my life, because I'm a very private person, honestly. I'm becoming more open to like strangers randomly, but for the most part, I'm a pretty private person, and if you don't know me, you don't know crap about my life, honestly. So these are the people that are just like observing me, which is fine, but from the outside, and they're like, your life looks great. Like, what the crap are you complaining about? Or why do you feel sad? Like, there is nothing sad about your life. Like, so it's about those. And then that's my rebuttal. But what you don't see is that being me takes more energy than it seems. Because you're only seeing like the top layer, surface level, okay, of my life. We haven't even delved into anything that makes up who I am as a person in my life. So yeah, and that's just a friendly reminder, you know, before you attack someone or jump in and criticize or judge someone, like, you and I know nothing about their life or situation. Like, so it's better to be empathetic with people, you know. It's just so important, you know, to show empathy, to be able to practice doing that. So this is delving a little bit more into the darker thoughts and things that come along with being depressed, with being suicidal. And unfortunately, there have been multiple times in my life where I thought about ending it. And that's sad, because just thinking that I let myself get to that position, obviously it makes me human, but like, it's sad that I thought that there was no one else that I could go to ask for help, and that I felt isolated. That is the number one thing to not do. Do not freaking isolate yourself. Even if you don't feel like talking to anybody, go find that one person to open up to. But yeah, just going through the thoughts, terrible, awful thoughts of how to harm myself. That's what those lines are talking about. That was a little play on words that I threw in. Suicide. She was tied. No. That literally just came off the top of my head. I was like, whoa, hold on, wait, what? I was like, what rhymes with suicide? Wow, cool. All right, what's next? Like, my writing process is very interesting. Anyways, I might talk about that later. But, and then to continue on that play with words, shoe is tied and ballpark. It's just like those go together, like sports, you know, you have shoes. You have to tie them. No one could do more damage to me than me, myself. My life could be most pleasant, but I'm always still depressed. Ooh. And this is after weeks, months of like having recorded this, having done the music video, having heard this song like 100+ times now, and it still gives me chills. Like, that is what my music is all about. I just want it to speak to someone. My goal is to evoke emotion. That is always the underlying thing, whether it be happy, negative, angry, sad. It's all to evoke emotion. One, because me, especially when I was little, like I internalized so much, and now I'm just like bleh. So That's my thing. It's healthy to show emotion. My life could be most pleasant, but I'm always still depressed. That's not the case right now as I'm doing this, which is awesome. Oh, this is what I want to write on a t-shirt. These demons stay busy playing piano on my chest. Whoo! Like, just the visuals of that, oh my gosh. Because if you believe this in spiritual warfare and things like that, like, sometimes you can just feel the presence of, like, a demonic presence. And I'm not saying depression is caused by demons, but that's just kind of my hyperbolic statement, okay? You know, music is a form of art. So it's talking about a real situation, but not everything is completely factual, obviously. Some of it is with flowery, ornate language. And this was one of them where I was like, it literally feels like I've got the devil freaking pounding on my chest. Like I've got a freaking keyboard on it, you know? So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool though. This whirlwind of mine stays fickle as my cheek with half a dimple. Wait, which one is it? It's this one. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I have dimples. I get it from my father. I freaking love my dimples, but one side, this side, it's like, it's a dimple sometimes, but it's not. I have to smile really, really hard for it to show up. This one always shows, but this one sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm like, I got a dimple and a half. So that's what that's referring to. And that's just me getting back my confidence, you know, from after being insecure, Shakira, getting my confidence back for a minute and saying, hold on, pause. Okay, pause. Nah, that's okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Okay. You know, I'm starting to feel myself again, all right? Getting my confidence back a little bit. My own legs work just fine. Remembering the times I needed help, but no help I could ever find. Resolved to track this mountain terrain alone, dissolved as fast as the urge came. Something really cool about this section, how I said it. It's not exactly like it is in the rap, but it's pretty similar. What I was doing is that the title is called Fickle. It's talking about humans being fickle, and not only are the lyrics about humans being fickle, the instrumentals are fickle. If you notice the instrumentals, there are two different sounds for different emotions: positive versus negative, confident versus insecure, blah blah, etc. And even the rhythmic patterns in my lyrics are fickle. Like, what type of inception is that? So this is what you will get when you hear a song from me 9 times out of 10, because I am a very intentional person, and I also am a very analytical person, and sometimes I overthink. Think way too freaking much about some things, but every single thing I do in regards to music is on purpose. So that was also a way to dictate a fickle rhythm scheme. I was a little apprehensive about how it would come across, and I wanted it to evoke like true emotion. And I had Jason, my producer, put some reverb on it so it would echo. And it's like that one where my voice cracks, it echoes. And when I heard it, because even though I have been like unattached from the situation from so long that I was writing about, when I actually recorded it, I listened back to that and I started crying. And I was like, who the fuck hurt you? Who hurt you? Come here, baby, come here. So that's what I'm talking about. If I can evoke emotion for myself after, you know, being removed from the situation and recovering, I'm fine, honestly, from the situation. But, you know, things can trigger like memories and, you know, emotions that you went through and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, I think I did it. And I mean, I guess y'all will be the judge of that. I am very interested to see how people take this, because this is my heart and soul. I just, if anything, I hope that my music will be something that people can use as their own therapy. Like, instead of cutting yourself. And, you know, researching ways to hurt yourself, and instead of doing all that, when you feel like shit, you know, instead of doing those things, using my music to release those emotions at least a little bit in a non-violent way. And I'm laughing, but honestly, like, if anybody could use my music to do that, to stay away from stuff that I've done, that would just make me really happy, you know, that it could help someone. So that got interesting, but honestly, you know, like, it's my music, but now that I'm releasing it, it is your music. So do with it as you wish, and let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right. Again, this is Behind the Lyrics with Ricochet, and I will see you